Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of this series, and I hope you guys enjoy. I've got some really cool stuff to show you guys today. Alright guys, so as mentioned in the intro, we are going to be taking a look at what you sent me. Not all of you, obviously, but I've been sent something by one of you guys, and if you haven't already seen the first video in this series, I'm not going to spoil it, so I'll let you guys have a link. It's one of these two. I can never figure it out, but the link right there. So check it out and then come back to this video because you don't want to spoil this for yourself. I'll give you 5 seconds. Okay, should be gone. That was five very quick seconds. I feel like I'm just telling people to leave, but please feel free to come back. So today we're gonna have a closer look at what I was sent and what it actually is. So I won't cut the tape or anything, but here in all of its glory is the 1 gram gold bar. And I know that the last video was left on a very big cliffhanger, but I've done a bit of research and I actually know what it is now. And oh boy, I am so excited. So I've contacted the person and they told me it is actually real, which is astounding. Like the gold spot price per gram is like $85, which is insane. Like the fact you sent me that, I'm incredibly grateful for. Like I never expected anything like this to happen. So I'm completely stoked with that. I do have a sock on my hand because I don't have any gloves. But I will get this to you guys. Oh god, I don't know if I can do this. There's the sock gold. But I have had a look with my little microscope that I can attach to my phone, which lets me see things up close. And I've figured out what it is. So I will cut the tape here and show you a couple of pictures with the microscope that I managed to grab, and we'll get on talking about it. Alright, so that does look really cool. I predict that this has already been touched before and it's been in an envelope unpackaged, so I reckon it's alright if I just touch the edges. This is a 1 gram bar of 24 karat gold, and I can't get it focused there. You saw the pictures, but it is from a company named Valcambi Suisse, and I don't know if I'm saying that right. But they essentially make all types of bullion stuff, but they're very well known for making things called combi bars. And I might be able to flip the camera around and show you them on my computer. Screen recording doesn't work for me, sadly. But they come in combi bars, which are essentially heaps of these tiny little bars, and they are joint together by the edges. They're joint very lightly, and essentially it's a way that you can liquidize some of your investments without having to liquidize it all. So say you had the money and you were willing to invest in an ounce of gold. So what a lot of people would do, they'd go and get a 1 ounce bar of gold, or they get a 1 ounce round, a 1 ounce coin, stuff like that. And that's awesome, you know, like I'd love to have a 1 ounce gold coin. But if you want to sell it, or you need some cash in hand, obviously I have no need, I don't really need to buy anything at this age, but if you're an adult and you've decided to invest in some stuff, some precious metals, then you want to be able to liquidize just a bit of it, not your whole $2,600 worth of gold. Say you only needed $500 and you wanted to buy a new speaker, I don't know, then you'd be able to just snap off 5 of these little combi bars and roughly 5 of these combi bars, and go and liquidize them, sell them to your bullion dealer, and then you could get that cash in hand quickly. And I reckon that that's a good idea in some perspective. Obviously you do have to pay a much higher premium, which is the added cost on top of the actual physical cost of the metal, so that companies can make money. And so then if you're paying the higher premium on each individual bar, it does get quite hefty. So usually if this amount of gold is worth $85, they'll be selling for about $100, $105. This is all in Australian dollars, by the way. And so if you've got, I don't know, 20 of these, then you're paying the $20 premium per thing. So if you go at a $20 premium and you got 20 of them, yeah, you get it. So that's $400 premium you're paying. Whereas if you were to go out and buy 20 grams of gold, you wouldn't be paying a $400 premium. You'd pay something a lot smaller than that, closer to $200 or even $150. So there are pros and cons in having small denominations of gold and silver, I guess. But I think it's a good idea to have varied amounts. If I don't think a lot of people can afford to have a whole ounce of gold unless you're very, invested in investing in gold. For myself, I have, including this, 2.4 grams of gold. So I've got a 1/20th ounce coin that I've unboxed in another video. It should be right there now. And then this is another gram now. So I've got 2.4 grams of gold, and an ounce is 31 grams. So that's a lot. It costs a lot to have a whole ounce. So that's why it's good to have some of these. So they do have, I'm on my computer right now as well, they do have combi bars of smaller denominations. So they have a 10 combi bar, a 25 combi bar, and a 50 combi bar. So you can imagine 50 grams of gold, bigger than an ounce, big amount. So the person that sent me this gave me some info about it. So I do know a little about it, but I had to, look in really close and figure out what it was. So I'm pretty stoked with what it is. It's a very easy way to liquefy some of my assets if needed. Obviously, I do plan on keeping my precious metals through a bit of time. And they are viewed as both ways to preserve your wealth, but to me it's a way to preserve it with some added bonuses. If you look at the charts, if you check out my a recent video of mine, I reviewed some of the growths of my different assets over the last week or two, and gold has just steadily climbed very well over the past couple of years. So this person, say having bought it 5 years ago, would have paid a lot less, like closer to $50 for this 1 gram bar, which is now worth $85 within itself. So as you can see, it's a good way to preserve your money, but to me, you do have some bonuses added to it. It's got a small growth, but it's got a lower chance of dropping to me. So I'm very happy that I have this to add to my assets and to my stack of precious metals, and I'm really grateful to 66 Rounds, which is the name of the person that sent it to me. The username sent this to me because it helps me grow my stack, and obviously I can't afford to buy grams and grams and grams of gold. I'm 13, I don't have a massive steady way to get money in. I do have some pocket money that I do chores for, I do some odd jobs, I'll make a video on some tips and tricks on making some money so that you can invest for yourself. But given the limited money that I have and the fact that I don't put all of it into precious metals, I do split it out into different assets. Some hard cash, some in stocks and mutual funds, some in, this sounds crazy, but some in fractional investments in properties even. Which I'll make another video about as well, which is really cool. But essentially, precious metals is making up a fraction of me, really. It's making up a fraction of my investments, so it does grow steadily, and the fact that someone boosted me in such an extraordinary way really means a lot to me, and the fact that I can continue to grow my assets and use this to help me means so much to me. So thank you so much for sending this to me, and given that we know what it is now, the next video will be coming soon and we'll be talking about getting it tested. So at this point I believe that it is real, but I do have some other stuff that I do want to get tested as well alongside this one, so that we're sure that it's real. So I will have a video coming out fairly soon. Obviously we've got to wait for lockdown restrictions to ease given the current times, and as you might have seen in a previous video, my leg to get a bit better after my operation so that I can walk again. But soon I will be up making that video. I'm incredibly excited for it. I have never been to a physical bullion store. I've only started during this pandemic, so I have only ordered online. Great experience, by the way. But it'll be the first time going into a physical bullion dealership, which I'm incredibly excited about. And I'll be blogging, vlogging, whatever you want to call it, that journey with you guys. So after this incredibly long video, I hope you've enjoyed it. And again, a big thank you to the person that sent this to me. I hope you enjoyed my big rant today. And until next time, goodbye. Hello everyone, Editor Ethan here. I just want to say a big thanks to anybody that's still watching at this point. I just realized that this is a 10-minute video, and if you're still watching, it means a lot to me, so thanks, and I hope that I've helped you in this video. Until next time, truly, goodbye.